What advice would you have for teens who are dealing with an abusive situation?
So the advice that I would have for teens is to first find someone in their circle that they trust, because we are sick as our secret. So a lot of times they'll keep those things to themselves and they don't share it because of embarrassment and shame. And parents sometimes don't like that advice because the person that they trust may not be their
Right.
parents. So it
Right.
may be a trusted friend, or it actually can be a trusted teacher or someone else. But the first thing is to be able to go to someone who that they trust and share this information with, and not worry about what they think, because they need to know what's going on. And the reason why I give that advice out is because that trusted person who really cares for us can think a little bit clearer for us than we can do for ourselves in those situations. And potentially that person can be the one to go out and ask for help. You know, there's hotlines, there's counseling centers where they can call and say anonymously, you know, I have this situation, what do I do? This is my
Right.
community, this is where I live, and this is what's going on. And having some type of professional help them,
Right.
because they can't just leave the situation, especially if it's toxic and it's unhealthy, because the leaving part can activate some other levels of losing control, which can actually bring on more violence in those
That's right.
relationships. So we call it a safety plan. They have to have a safety plan, because eventually where we're getting them to is a complete cutoff. They have to
Right.
go through a certain detox process so that they don't keep coming back. Because many times we'll see people, whether it's on television or our own friends, or teens will say their own friends, where, why does she keep going back to that?
Right.
You know, so there's a pattern that happens, and that's why that psychological bond has to be broken.
That's right. So also for friends of friends who are watching this, be that friend.
Yes.
Sound the
Yes.
alarm, like
Yes.
you said. Get help for them because
Yes.
they're not in their maybe right mind at this time.
Right. And you'll never regret reaching out and trying to get your friend help. They may be upset.
Right.
But you will regret if something was to ever happen to them and you said nothing.
That's right. That's right. And you said a safety plan. That's so important because we often hear those stories.
Yes.
Like you mentioned with your sister, who she was harmed getting out, and so you never know what, like you said, what a person would do when they're desperate to keep you there. They've lost that control. So get them that plan, or once you get help and find the resources for them, have a safe way out.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Important.
Yes. So give us some resources. What are these hotlines and websites?
Sure,
Tell us how to
here.
find you.
So one place where we have all that information is on our website at www.lifecounselingsolutions.com. And we can also, if you don't have access to that, you can call the office and we'll be glad to send you that information. You can reach us at 407-622-1770. That's Life Counseling Solutions.
Right. And you're doing great things in the community around building healthy relationships.
Yes, so we have a signature group for young women called Women Redeem. And this is not women that have, again, problems in relationship. These are women that have patterns. They've been in one relationship after another that has some level of unhealthiness or abuse in those relationships. And what we found is that one way that women or young women are successful in getting out of these relationships is through their support system.
That's right.
Because one of the things we'll find is that women in these situations also get isolated from family and friends, and they don't have that one sounding board. So when things happen, they're alone, and then which would make them more susceptible to going back, because then he becomes or she becomes their all.
Yeah. And then we talked about that guilt and shame. Absolutely.
Right.
That
It's a cycle.
definitely is a factor.
Yep.
Definitely a factor. So thank you guys so much for listening. Thank you, Miss Lacey, for giving us all this great information today to help our teens realize what a healthy relationship is, and realize if they're in an abusive situation, how to get out, how parents can help, how friends can help. Just wonderful, very informative.
Yes.
Thank you for listening. Thank you. We'll talk soon.
Bye.